we step into when we work alongside them with the CWL.
Murky Pooh Bear!
Open arms. Can't give a bigger
Murky Pooh Bear! There he is!
For me too, because you know.
You got Maven, man.
Right? The CWL.
They're like, hey, what color shirt are you gonna wear? I'm gonna wear pink. Which one you want to wear? I'm gonna wear blue. Cool, man.
We started the CWL. Now
I met him
full
in
circle.
2011.
We're back. We're back. Well, okay, that's impressive.
Is that a Gene shirt? Murky Pooh?
I know they're busy. But
That's
I'm hoping
Gene.
we can get a few of them
Now, here's the
to
big
join us
question,
over the
ladies and
course of
gentlemen.
the show.
Here's the big question.
Yes, we're teasing special guest. early
Is
in this,
is
but we've got a lot to
Maven's
break
shirt
down, and,
denim as
it's
well?
gonna be incredibly
Is it
exciting.
pink denim?
I
That's
think the biggest CWL season yet, Joe.
Yeah, I'm excited to get started again, especially after last season, which was one of the most competitive Call of Duty esports seasons.
Can I get a zoom in? Can I get a zoom in on
Certainly was.
Maven?
And before we hop into it,
Right
I know
there,
the
right on his
focus
shirt.
is going to be 2019. The focus is going to be Black Ops 4, but we are coming off an absolutely riveting season with Call of Duty World War II. I want us to take a moment. Let's take a look at some of the incredible highlights from last season.
Man, I love watching this. Yes.
Mad Cat to even the numbers back out. It's all down to Tommy. The veteran trying to stay alive. TK with their first major land championship.
Let's give it up for your 2017 CWL Dallas Champions, Team Caliber!
He's been spotted. He's been eliminated. And Team Caliber, your CWL New Orleans Grand Champions.
Do you have any final words for your fans here?
Get used to this. We're going to keep doing it all year.
But Rise Nation now 5 seconds away from taking this grand final. The final ticks are in and Rise has done it.
This team, they are
Rise!
unscathed, one of the best records that we have seen.
Aesthetic Bartender, thank you for the $20. Hey, Doc, the DJ down here in Gillette Champions Bar is saying you need to get Alex to play tonight by Sunset Neon to help get that adrenaline pumping through your veins, man.
What is the thing that you're most proud of as a team?
We worked on our map vetoes, we really worked on our teamwork and fixing a few things, and I'm really proud of the guys.
Your CWL Birmingham champion, Luminosity Gaming.
Priest are working on the ace to close this out. Scum sitting through mid-map, doesn't have time to work, but FaZe Clan, your 2018 CWL Stage 1 champion.
It feels amazing, honestly. A lot of people doubted us, doubted me. People still doubt me, and I mean, it feels great.
Stats across the top right. Rise Nation, it is a full team effort.
So,
And they just beat
obviously they're talking about the multiplayer. If you're new to esports Call of Duty, I don't know if you are or not. I know a lot of people here are veterans, baby. But it's sometimes it's nice to message what's happening here. Call of Duty has a esport world league. It's literally a league for their multiplayer competitive scene. Obviously, big sponsors, big teams, big brands, etc. But they're covering last year's season. The big question is, I mean, if Black, like, we've already seen it traditionally happen. Like, Battlegrounds created an esports scene. And it's nothing against it's just that game that they have to play on competitively. That's something else, man. I give my hat to all those guys playing Battlegrounds competitively. That's got to be real tough, man.
Let's get into it. We're excited. Last season was incredible, but we are excited to get into Black Ops 4. And now
Then you saw with Fortnite. Now the question is there going to be a blackout one? Anyways. There he is, Jesus.
Got David Vonderhaar with me. You're talking the co-studio head, also design director, and David Vonderhaar to discuss the upcoming CWL season.
God, David Vonderhaar is getting cockier and cockier. Look at his posture. It's getting more comfortable, a little bit more of a lean to the left.
Hey, we did.
Jesus, Vaughn.
We did enjoy some time on Blackout together.
Look at this. Look at how this guy's a hot shot. He's putting his arm around it. All right, Vaughn, I see you.
Just to let you guys at home know, Joe was on our team.
He's feeling real good.
Bring in David because we needed the beast with us. Unfortunately, I believe Jack ran a helicopter into us. The team fell apart.
Jack, no more helicopters for you.
Yes, no more. But no, we had a lot of fun. The Blackout Day has been incredible, and this is why we're so excited. I mean, obviously, we're not talking Blackout here. We're talking kind of the CWL. But
let's talk Blackout. Come on.
I saw. Did you see some of like Priest's stats? I think he played 311 games. He had like 100 and something wins, 1,500 kills. Like these pro players have been having a blast on Blackout. The excitement we've seen resonating with the community, we're seeing that same excitement here. It's got to be fun for you guys.
Well, you know, we're all gamers at Treyarch. I think the passion that you see coming from the studio is the passion we put into our games. Everyone here, I mean, like, just as soon as Blackout started coming together, you saw people getting on the floor, playing. People were scrambling to get on the playtest list. I mean, you know, trying to fill 80 to 100 player games was was, that was no easy feat. So everybody was coming together to play, and it was a daily thing. It's been awesome.
That's the loudest I can get it.
Well, it's got to be a lot more fun when work is fun, right? And,
Absolutely.
Obviously saw that kind of as soon as we got here. I'm
There it
sure
is.
there's some stress and fatigue to go with that as well as we're getting close to. When was the last time you slept? It's been a while.
Right now.
I figured it's probably been a while, but Joe, this is awesome, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'd tell you guys, I think we were all a little bit depressed, disappointed as soon as that beta ended.
Blackout is obviously on everybody's mind because the beta just ended. We want more, but we're going to get there soon enough. But we want to focus now on the CWL season. We're pumped. Joe, we're almost there, buddy.
Yeah, we definitely are. And from a design perspective, Black Ops 4 is
this
a new type of
pre-produced?
experience that will make competitive Call of Duty players really rethink and approach their engagements.
When you talk about being competitive, one of the things we think about a lot is what things can we apply to the design combat loop that will sort of change up the pace of that, make strategic decision point making important. As you know, we've had the concept of reloading, and when you choose to reload, do you reload immediately? Can you do clip management? These are all things that at a very nuanced micro level of time management you have to get right. And the healing
That was a quick edit. That was a quick cut. Is this recorded?
It's not just about when you reload, but it's also about when you choose to heal and when you choose to do both. And in a game measured in microseconds,
yes,
it's a big deal to choose to reload at the wrong time. Reload correctly, you compress very fast. Reload incorrectly, you're going to get ganged up on. So I think just one thing that we do. We also, of course, have the specialist abilities, where every single specialist has sort of its unique role to play inside the game. All of these roles have sort of influences from our world, but they also have influences from the CWL and the gaming competitive community at large to kind of define those characteristics. And of course, we talked a lot about the predictive recoil system.
Yeah, excited for that.
I know that's been something we've been wanting for quite a long time.
There's some mastery involved. So we always talk about sort of easy to pick up, very accessible to learn. And then we try to build a loop so that you have sort of the depth of the mastery, so you can kind of become really proficient over the course of the game, sort of learning the recoil patterns of weapons in different situations. So these are just 3 things amongst probably a whole game that had competitive in mind along the way.
There's a lot that goes into it that sometimes your casual fan might not really think about, or even like some of the professional players, like how much actually goes into developing these games from a competitive standpoint. And I know, even for me, when I first worked with you guys back in Black Ops 3, when I first dealt with you, I could see the hunger, the passion from you guys with regards to the competitive community. I came to Treyarch one time, you guys had the CW up on the different monitors, people were watching it.
I have a buddy, a pretty close buddy that totally reminds me of David Bonder.
But there is also one major item that's going to be different for the Call of Duty World League players next season. Dan, tell me about it.
That's right. We are moving to a 5v5 format this year. For the first time ever.
That's quite possibly the worst secret we've ever had in Call of Duty World League history, but I can't wait to watch the best players in the world compete in that 5v5.
Players and fans can stop DMing me and tweeting me now.
Courage!
It's official. It's official. I know it's been a hot topic in the community, competitive community. We started this game, Vaughn and I, when we actually sat down at the very beginning of Black Ops 4, we said, we set out some kind of really big pillars about the game. One of the most
I'm looking for cutscenes.
Game that was as fun to watch as it is to play.
I'm looking for your gameplay, Courage. I'm looking for it, man. I'm trying.
Has evolved.
I'm waiting for it to cut it.
We're watching games, in some cases more than they're playing them these days. So it's
See, I don't know if you were here, Courage, but so far they've showed 4 of my 360 snipes to win the game so far on the broadcast. I haven't seen.
Part of that is bridging.
I know you got a couple clips in there. I'm waiting for it.
Pubs and pros, because it's inspiring to watch pros play our game. It's been something that you mentioned, the energy that you come around the studio when you see people watching the CWL being played, and we love it. That's what we designed the game for. We designed the game for those intense moments, that intense competition, people playing at the highest form of their skill level. And it's just exciting to watch. And we want more people to watch it. That's the thing. We want more people to watch it, so we want to make it more relatable, more familiar to our players at home.
Absolutely.
And the game that you play on the couch has got to be the same game that you're watching on the tube.
Well, you guys have a good track record. Just thinking back for me, I got involved during Black Ops 2. I obviously commentated Black Ops 3. I can still think of so many insane moments from the CWL. You mentioned making it fun to watch. I am
trying to figure out, Maven, if that is made out of denim or not.
Sorry, Joe. It's not.
We know
just,
Mercs is. We guaranteed. Mercs shirts made out. It's a denim long sleeve shirt.
The pubs have been 6 on
denim.
6. When we started,
The question is Maven's shirt made out of denim? I don't know, man. I can't tell. What is this?
Game more tactical in nature, and that translates really well to the
What is that?
set. Somewhere in the middle of how pro players love to play and how pub players play, and trying to strike that balance. It's a very difficult thing to get right. It's something that we don't take lightly. In fact, we think and talk about it a lot. And it's
Crashers.
because if we need to get.
Thank you for that $100 donation.
experience and all the fans of the CWL.
Back to back!
And both of those together are much stronger than they are.
Rude of you to miss my first 100, so here's 100 more. No, you gotta have a little patience, Crash.
It's going to be an absolute blast.
I can't talk while they're talking. People get pissed off. Look at people are getting pissed off right now. The more I'm talking and over these guys, people in the channel on this chat are going, "Shut up, doctor! Shut up! I can't hear what little murky Pooh Bear's. What's he saying?"
I'm gonna remember that. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I thought we were building something special, but we are building something special with the CWL in 2019. We have said that this is going to be the biggest season yet. 5v5 is obviously a big shift. It is a huge shift. We understand that. It's a major announcement, but we have another one to go along with that. We are also going to have the biggest prize pool in the history of Call of Duty esports.
Whoa.
$6 million are now on the line for the Black Ops 4 season. Get your squads ready. That's right, $6 million.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to start competing again. Yeah. I might see you later.
No, I've already lost enough people.
I think I'm going to join Vaughn's team, actually. He actually hit me up. I think we're going to play together this year.
Did they say 6 billion?
Yeah, Treyarch was nice enough
or
to
6
bring
million?
Black Ops 4 to the MLG Arena before the beta to give pro players a chance to play the game, experience it for the first time. Let's take a look at their reaction.
It's the Monday before the league starts up. Today we got here and we were allowed to play Black Ops 4, the new Call of Duty, for a couple hours. About 20 of us here playing.
I bet being a pro player, that's probably really, really exciting.
Very clean. You know, you
like as an influencer,
game that is this clean, so
I get excited.
It's a lot smoother.
You know what I mean?
It looks and stuff like that. There's a lot more color.
But these guys must get super ecstatic, man, because they've been playing a game all year, 10 hours every single day.
Fans really enjoy.
What I'm excited about the most has to be Blackout. Excited for them to basically take over when it comes to Battle Royale.
It's a very fast-paced game with the slide mechanic and different things like that, so it'll definitely speed it up, and I think it'll take like a lot more raw talent. Adding predictability onto Black Ops 4, it's like another aspect of the game that we have to master as pro players. It allows us to kind of know how we're aiming, how we're shooting, where we need to pull down, how we need to angle our joystick. People don't give Call of Duty players enough credit for being able to adapt to a new game every single year and learn a new game and be consistently good at a new game every single year. And I think that's one of the toughest challenges of being a Call of Duty pro, is being a part of that grind, being able to learn, being able to adapt, being able to ingest all this information and come up with strategies and stuff early.
Treyarch's history in esports and Call of Duty, especially for us, has been nothing but love.
I mean, they were the first one to have CODcaster. They were the first one to kind of add in all
Aesthetic Bartender, thank you for the $20.
First one with the decent ranked play. So I think Vonderhaar and his team over there at Treyarch, they really do care about us. I'm most excited just to get back on a Treyarch game. I think Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 were some of the most fun years competing for me. And,
the DJ down here in the Gillette Champions bar is saying you need to get. Oh, I got you.
You get a Treyarch game, you know that you're gonna get something good, and it's gonna be fun to play for the whole year.
The content side of next year is going to be fantastic. So you can get on, you can play some League play some Blackout. You can just stream all day.
Fresh, Link, Train, Taser, Dave, Ninth Green, Valor, Jeff, and Arla all have committed using Amazon Twitch's Prime.
Friends at Treyarch, but Joe and I are still here. I feel bad for you, but this is going to be amazing because we have a lot more good news to cover, guys. So we haven't got a complete rule set in stone between CWL and Treyarch. Obviously, this is more a first-hand experience that you just saw coming out early before the beta, before people got a chance to play. But that's special for pros to kind of get their hands on with the game early.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head where it was just a great experience for these guys. It was relaxing. It was during the CWL season, very stressful part of their lives. But
it's like the ramp up to champs, and it's like, oh, we get to try the new game.
Yeah, exactly. Right. These guys had a ton of fun, and that's what it was all about. But every year the CWL works, with both the pro players and the studios to help determine things like rules, maps, and modes. And well, as we get closer to launch, we'll have more opportunities for our pro players to offer feedbacks on the newer builds and really help determine what the bones of the Black Ops 4 seasons will look like.
There's a lot more information to come. This is more, we're looking at kind of high-level stuff with regards to the CWL 2019 season, and we still have a lot more to cover. So let's kind of hop in. We're going to go level by level. We're going to talk online. We're going to talk LAN. We're going to talk, all these big events, but let's start kind of at the base. We're going to start talking about online, how this is going to work. So
don't scare the people.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to this. So, you hear online, you might get a little bit nervous, but things are changing this year. But let's start with what's staying the same. So, like previous seasons for the CWL, we're going to offer online ladders for player to compete in. There's going to be weekly tournaments to compete in as well. Pro points will be back, and players from the same three regions, you're talking North America, Europe, and APAC, will have a chance to compete in both live and online competitions for these pro points. They're going to be used to seed online events and tournaments, but kind of talk to me about now how it's going to be.
When are you making a team says,
it's a
oh,
little bit different
hell
when
no!
competition such as ladders and weekly tournaments will still be how players from around the world get involved in the CWL. You watch these guys. How do I get to that point? And that's really what online is about. It is that entry-level system for aspiring
Not for me,
CWL
Anna.
players.
Not
for the
for
pro
me.
players, though, for the top guys, it's all about LAN. And we'll get into more details about the importance of LAN events when we discuss the CWL Pro League qualification. Stay tuned for more of those details on online activities surrounding the CWL and Black Ops 4 season, and get ready for ladders to go live after the game launches on October 12th. Make sure you follow the CWL Twitter and just see when more information drops.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff to come. Again, we're keeping it kind of high level for now, but for the pro players out there, if you're the cream of the crop, you're not going to have to worry about necessarily as much online play when it comes to qualifying for various stuff throughout the course of the year. So let's start talking about the LANs, what everybody's curious about. We're going to start talking about the first one. Now, we obviously kind of had this reveal back in the grand finals, back in the CWL Championship. Huge shout out to EG, by the way, on getting that victory. There were some doubters. I was one of them.
Zach Nasty, thank you for $3. How often do you bless your chair?
Victory. Another win for Aches, an incredible
It used to be daily.
Team. But again, back then we discussed our first event in December. Where are we going, Joe?
Yeah, if you missed that announcement, we're headed to CWL Las Vegas, and that'll take.
Let me lower this volume real quick.
Back to Vegas, baby. The last event there was an incredible time. I'm excited to get back. I just need to.
I think one of the problems, there's probably a few problems in regards to esport organization and teams. And I think, if you're interested in, I'm just assuming now because you asked me. I think if you were to get into esports or create an esport team, man, I can't stop complimenting Nate Shot and his team at 100 Thieves, what they've done so quickly in just the world of esports. Not just one particular game, but kind of.
Then you'll have 8 teams. Based on that, pro points from World War II, and they're going to play for 4 spots the Thursday.
He's made a dent somehow, some way, culturally, in a lot of games already, without being the top organization in that game or that league or whatever. If that makes sense. I think that right there. That's so hard to accomplish. And he was able to do it in the perfect way, in my opinion.
So if you're an up-and-coming player out there, if you're a professional player that competed last
year, I think one of the problems is that organizations, they get some funding behind it, and then they open up a Call of Duty roster or a.
Should be a great time, and that is correct. But there's been
they create these rosters, and they kind of they pick top players, or they recruit top players and stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like it feels like a mosh pit of a brand that's forming, right? There's no true honor. There's no true, real following yet. They do gain a following. But I think what I'm saying is that I'd rather know that there is a talented team out there of individuals that I like, and I know this is like a 1 in a million shot, but if you follow the scene, you would know a makeup of something that you would want, right? And you'd get it. But you'd also take advantage of, for example, Blackout. I look at Blackout as a perfect example of being able to get into the esports scene. And what do? You just know that there's a group of individuals or a team that you're aware of that isn't part of a esport brand or whatnot that thrive in Blackout. That will thrive in Blackout. And then I don't know. I don't know what the point that I'm making. I think the point that I'm making is that I'd rather grow through success and talent of individuals in a team in one particular game, and then from there become the brand for that game, and then branch out. I think that's what I was saying.
This is a big change when you talk about how the qualification process works.
No, it absolutely is. So
for Blackout, for example, my goal would be to do a startup esport, recruit 4 guys that I know can dominate, or a team of 2 and a team of 4 that would dominate, that could dominate Blackout. And
you've got to love to see this, right?
If they can make it to the top every single time at these events, top 3, your brand is just up there at the top all the time for a very popular game, and all of a sudden, okay, now you got some leverage.
28 teams,
Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
So if you're top 32,
Turn it up. Okay, I'll shut up. Shut up, Doc. Shut up.
Shot to make it into
I can't hear Murky Poo.
Details on format and how all that'll break down soon. But yes, you're hearing it correctly. Everything is going to be on land to determine those teams that are going to qualify to get in. So yeah, top 32. That's all you need to go. Get top 32 at Vegas. You have a chance to get into that Pro League. It's going to be incredibly exciting, Murky.
No, it definitely is. So that first event, again, just so important. But if you can get top 32, you have a shot at making it into that, that CWL Pro League, which, is the best competition in the world. And, well, there will be more details to come about roster rules and format in the blog post we keep.
Well, yeah, basically, guys, we want to have a 30-minute.
I mean, Nate Shot's team for League of Legends has helped so much because he had the cultural, he had the brand. He has the brand and the look, and he's got some cool influencers on Twitch, right? But his League of Legends, the success they've had, sort of legitimized his brand to the next level, even 2 levels above, man.
We want this to be the best competitive.
That's why I'm saying
I think the first big news.
He handled all facets.
Is, well, the 2019 CWL Pro League will now be a single-stage series
big
with
change.
One playoff event
single stage
this season. What does that mean? Well,
that means
goodbye to relegation.
Your first loss, you're out of the entire league.
The best team is made up of the best players around the world competing for one goal: playoffs.
And there's some other changes within here. I mean, this is definitely a big change.
Legitimated. One of those the legitimizer.
Pro League. So you're still going to have the 18.
I'll create my own words, man.
However, this season
I'm
cross-divisional play. So think about
I don't got the vocabulary. That's why we make it up.
Is Division B stronger? This team.
We make up our own vocabulary through passion, man.
Now we'll see that cross-play, and I think that goes a long way to likely showing who the best teams are within the divisions.
Well, people are always comparing how one really, competed at a tournament. Look at Anaheim, where there was one division where 6 of them were the top 8. I believe it was Division A. There was just 2 teams.
No one knows what you're talking about, Murky.
Well, we're going to see.
No one knows. No one remembers that. No one knows.
And then there's one more note to this as well, which I think is something you'll like as fans. It entertains me as casters, also as pro and maybe aspiring players. But it's been interesting when you talk about roster mania. When I first joined Call of Duty, if you're talking back, I know you've been around a lot longer, but back in Black Ops 2, it felt like there were changes every week. There were constantly roster mania went on.
Man, Murky Poo from Call of Duty champion to
constantly with the structure of
denim shirts, huh?
Obviously there was a lot. I guess room for these teams to grow.
No.
They were locked in the teams for a longer period of time, but a lot of that madness and excitement kind of evaporated at times. Now there's going to be
Octane, thank you for the 5. Hey Doc, I'm headed on a cruise next week to Mexico. Please don't tell me that you're releasing your collector's edition G Fuel when I'm out on the ocean, as I know it'll sell out in less than 3 minutes. How can I pre-order? Says Octane. Man.
Extra incentive for each team in the pro.
That's a deep question. I'm just going to say, I'm going to apologize ahead of time.
Prizing for making it to Pro League. That's a win bonus for every match, and of course we have our playoff prize pool. So you don't want any of those teams that are performing bad to really give up. If you want to win as many matches as you can, to win some more money.
Well, you just think about, maybe earlier this year, you had a team like Epsilon, just as an example, you struggled. You didn't have a great stage. But, with the way they were struggling, when there's not a lot of play for, you can't get into playoffs, it's sort of, I don't know, it kind of hinders maybe the motivation.
Murky Poo is like a little actor.
For a paycheck,
I like it.
For a little bit of pride.
Murky Poo's come a long ways. He's getting comfortable in that, he's getting real comfortable in that chair, man.
That's got to be huge, right?
And I like that. That's someone with confidence. Right there, that's someone with confidence. Very comfortable with himself. He's young, he's in there, he's in front of the camera doing his thing, brand new to the broadcasting scene. What was it, last year? I like it. Good stuff, Murky. Good stuff, man.
It's 12 weeks of play in the Pro League. When you're taking a look at the cross-divisional play, the one division, the money...
Maven, the veteran, look at him. He's been cocky, he's been confident, he's been dominating. Huh?
The history of the CWL. And guys, that is going to be beginning in February of 2019. The CWL Pro League's going to kick off at the MLG Arena, but that's going to bring us to another point then, Joe. I know we've got a lot of changes, a lot of exciting changes for the Pro League, but there's one last surprise here that we're going to get into. So we know the Pro League playoffs are a very big deal. we think that it needs to get bigger, Joe.
That is correct. The CWL Pro League playoffs will now be called the CWL Finals. They'll be hosted in a venue for fans from around the world to travel to and celebrate the best of Call of Duty esports. We love Columbus, we love the arena, but we think it's time we share the playoffs with the fans.
Yeah, it's just, just think about last year. We had the Stage 1 final, one of the greatest finals of the year, right? It was what?
That sociopath, thank you for the $10. Hey man, hope you let me touch those beautiful locks of yours so I can hopefully have some of your speed and violence rub off on me.
But when you talk about the arena, we have what, 100, 150 fans.
Did you say arena?
We're going to a major venue. You're going to be able to travel it and watch it, and trust me, it's competition throughout the course of the year, and the CWL finals should be absolutely incredible.
Caliber Original, thank you for the 25. This is my first donation ever. I give it to the best. Greetings from Sweden.
It was absolutely incredible
Man.
this year. It was highly competitive. Teams
Thank you for
battling
that.
out over the course of 18 weeks. Let's take a look at some of the incredible moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come. The CWL Pro League underway.
Rise Nation say, let me prove that I'm the #1 team in Division A, folks. Stomp and statement for Rise Nation. Home sweet home, and evil geniuses will fall to 7th place, and E United are headed to...
Devil and JC, thank you for the $5 donation. The Champions Club and the arena are gorgeous right now. I work from home Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 10 hours straight. All your live and recorded videos are on my background entertainment to help me get through the day. You're the best. Now take that perfect chin and get some wins. That is motivating, and I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
He finds another kill. It's Priest working on the ace to close this out. Scum sitting through mid-map, doesn't have time to work with. And FaZe Clan are your champions. What?
60 frames, man.
Astro Gaming MVP for all of Stage 1, which is Zuma.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. Stage 2.
We've been waiting what feels like forever for this one. These guys want to beat the hell out of each other.
Oh my God, what's going on? With the pistol and wins it.
United have done it once again. The reverse sweep is complete.
I think that's it, Clint. And it's heartbreak once again for evil geniuses. There's no one there for Optic Gaming to go for the relay. Unilet have done it. They send Optic Gaming.
Kerples, thank you for the 10. You are amazing, Doc. Thank you, Kerples. I appreciate that. Gray Fox, thank you for the $3. I missed my $20 donation, Doc, like 30 minutes ago. Man, I was getting into a groove, Gray Fox. Jesus, you guys are nuts, man.
Kind of other events, amateur scene, we got a lot to cover.
Yeah, we absolutely do. After CBL Vegas and the CBL Pro League qualifier event, more events, of course we have more events, are coming to the CBL calendar this season. Returning are the CBL's open brackets available for any team
Gray Fox
in the world.
says every time someone tries to knock you down, you just get up stronger, faster, and full of passion. Felt bad about my first donation yesterday, so I hope this one starts your day strong. Keep doing you, and thanks for the non-stop entertainment. What? Felt bad about your donation yesterday. What are you talking about, Gray?
Yeah, this is the goal here, guys. When you think about
Man, thank you for the 20 though.
Open bracket, I mean, a lot of times, honestly, they're coming in. There's like this illusion of this path to pro. Like they come through the open bracket, they get to pool play,
Keep dominating,
they get
baby.
smoked more often than not. Yes, is there this Cinderella story a couple times a year? Maybe, if we're lucky. But for the most part, they get to pool play. They struggle to even win a match.
Naja, thank you for the $4. Doc, what's something you think Blackout should do differently from Fortnite and PUBG in terms of community stuff, updates, and events?
More about, I guess, how amateurs now have a chance to, to really shine. Not just running into teams that, I mean, if you're Optic,
I feel like they should have built-in tournaments.
To move on to the next series.
Integrated tournaments that are integrated into the game.
To change that by splitting pro and amateur competition.
And when I mean by tournaments, like I'm not talking like an event that lasts 24 hours and try to get as much XP or just play this custom game mode. I'm talking,
that's the big thing. I mean,
the game launches October 13th. The next week, October 21st, we have a $100,000 duos tournament
Just
right?
For these amateur players to have a chance, really, just to show what they're capable of, and not just get to that point and then get.
And then it, like during a certain time period, for like an hour, it opens up activation. And all you do is you go and say, want to compete? And you click in. Do you have a teammate? Yes. And then boom, it'll show it, like it'll pop up your friends list. You click your friend that you're going to play in the duos tournament. Boom, it understands the gamer tags, links it, and it puts you into that tournament. So that way, when an hour expires, okay, this is just coming off the top of my head, but when that hour expires, boom, the tournament understands the teams, and then it organizes all these players, these duo teams, into servers, okay? And then it shows maybe like in terms of how it's messaged, it's either it could be like players left, total in the tournament after you complete a game. Let's say if you win a game, like maybe that's what it is, or top 3 players, right? That's the rule.
Everybody wants to get their name on that trophy.
Try to get to top 3. And then you move on. Right? So you play a game, you get to top 3, you move on. That number goes from that to half. Or whatever it is, like 20%. And then from there, 20% to 2%, whatever the percentage is. Until you get to a final server with the final teams. Right? And then first, second, third, first place gets $150 million. Like, what's wrong with that? But you guys know what I'm saying, right? Make a last man standing tournament or battle royale style tournament bracket. Last team standing bracket. For money. Or, I guess you can't do money, right? That's the big problem. Integrating. I don't know. There's something there with the idea, though, man. I'm telling you. There's something there. Tournament integration. Because what that does, ladies and gentlemen, it's not like... It creates an opportunity for everyone to have a chance and feel like they're a part of this big competition, right? Because if they go out early or the second round, whatever, you know, they might be interested in seeing who wins this, right? What you could do too, I think that can introduce a microtransaction opportunity, you know? Like, I don't know if that must fall under gambling or something, right? There's gotta be something going on. Like, what's the difference between me buying like gold coins like 10,000 gold coins cost $9.99, right? And for me to buy that and then so that I could spend that on a skin in game. What's the difference between that and me buying gold coins and then it costs 5,000 coins to enter this tournament that is $100,000 on the line?
I love being the best.
I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, brother. All right. Okay, so I think we're getting close to... There's got to be something, no?
What an incredible moment for Evil Geniuses. What an insane event we had, and there's more to come in 2019. But before we go, let's recap some of the insane announcements that we've had for the upcoming year. Let's start with the first one, the removal of region restrictions for CWL LAN events.
Yeah, then we'll have top 4 at Vegas Pro League. Followed by that, we'll have a qualifier for Pro League for remaining.
Oh, that's
after.
Also, win bonuses
no,
for
I don't.
match in the Pro League in addition to base prizes.
No, I gotta argue this one.
Pro League with
it's a big argument for me. It's a big argument for me.
no more relegation.
Giving amateur players their own circuit and prize pool.
5v5?
We'll have 6 CWL events this season, including Vegas CWL playoffs.
No,
And
no.
last but not least, yes, we're going to 5v5, and with that, a massive bump in the prize pool. We are going up to $6 million. I don't even know how that didn't make the bullet points, because that might be the biggest one for me, Joe. $6 million.
5v5?
And with that, we know it's a big change.
No, here's my.
We know the players need time.
You just now saw that? No, I heard rumors about it, but I didn't know it was official, man.
So, you know, kind of like an extra month when you think about it.
I saw rumors, but I was thinking like that's kind of like where I was with my mindset. I was thinking 5v5. There's no way I could believe they would take it to 5v5.
We're gonna have more to reveal,
including the evolution of the national circuit program, roster rule change.
Here's the problem with 5v5. You can't. It's hard to create.
You're going to want to visit callofduty.com/CWL for a blog post that'll have even more details about what we revealed today.
The CWL evolves every year. We want to make it better every single year. You know, I've been here
I don't
since
know.
the inception back in Black Ops 3.
Let me hold on to my tongue.
Really adaptations across League Ops for the
Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, that might create more hotshot moves and plays that ultimately would be able to create more superstars, right?
It's going to be the biggest season ever. We're going to see you December 7th.
It opens up opportunities to make big plays, even bigger plays than you're playing with 4v4, because there's another person somewhere around the map, and that's where you can get that 3-piece, that 4-piece, those exciting big plays in Call of Duty.
Digest everything that we broke down, but for Merc and myself, we are incredibly excited. We cannot get enough of Black Ops 4. We can't wait.
Maybe.
October 12th. We'll see you guys.
Maybe. All right, man. That is Call of Duty World.